Getting started with YNAB and a brief overview of how it works. So to sign up for an account, you can go to either youneedabudget.com or YNAB.com would work. Both should bring you to this initial home screen. At the top of the screen, you can start a free trial. You'll sign up with a name, email address, and pretty much get your free trial going. I've already signed up for an account, so I'm going to go ahead and just log in. So you come to this login screen. I already have an account set up. So when you first log in, it'll look like this. So how it's going to work is they do have, you'll notice at the top of the screen here, let me hit this, let's get started. You're welcome to use these things in terms of how you want to use it. I'm not going to use it. The purpose of this course is to go through and have this be used for lots of different things. So you can pick something on here if you'd like, but I'm just going to go ahead and skip this. And again, I'm going to skip this as well. This is going to be kind of generally applicable to everybody, and really either one of these changes is not going to make a huge difference. I'm going to show you how to use this regardless of the situation, whether you're doing it yourself with somebody else, like a spouse. If you vary month to month in terms of your income, or if you just have a regular paycheck schedule, I'm going to go through all the ways to use it depending on your personal situation. So I'm going to skip this. They'll email you a number of emails over the course of a few days on how to use it. Again, I'm hoping that this course will go through all of that with you, and you'll get a lot of the information from the course. So, done with this. One quick thing to note is, they do have at the top of the screen when you first log in these steps to go through, again, to try to get you ramped up quickly on how to use it. You can either go through these steps, and it will tell you how to add an account, how to budget something. I'm going to go through all of those steps one by one with you. If you don't go through the steps on here and hit this start button and go through each step, this header will be up here as long as you have your account. It's kind of personal preference. I'm going to go through some basics real quick on how this works, but when I get into the next videos further along, this is going to be gone because I'm going to go through these just because it gets on my nerves. I'm going to get rid of it so it's not up here anymore, and I'll just have this header will go away. So when you first log in, this is what you're going to see. If you don't go through these steps, it's going to stay here. So, kind of personal preference. What you're going to first see when you log in is you're going to have 3 tabs on the left: budget, reports, all accounts. You'll have no accounts connected just yet, but this is your left hand side. You're going to have your budget tab, which is going to be where your budget works from. You're going to have reports, which is just going to be all different kinds of reports that you can run based on all the data that you bring in. Your income, where your income's coming from, where your expenses are. You can break, as you get more data, you can come in and break this down. What did I spend the last 6 months on groceries, let's say? You'd be able to figure that out in here. You can export it to Excel if you're way into looking in Excel. So I don't use these a whole lot. It is instructive. We do use it with AVID as a company. We actually use this to budget with AVID as a company because it's pretty useful. We probably use these tabs a little bit more as a business, just so we can go back and look at things as far as, how many people do we bring on, how much income, what is the revenue of the business. It helps. But personally, I don't use these a whole lot. I focus more on the budget tab and the accounts tab. So we're going to go into these things in general. But basically what you're going to have is your accounts here on the left. These will be all the accounts that you're working with. I'm going to go through how to add those: checking, savings, credit cards. Any cash flow accounts that you use will be on this side. We're going to go into more detail. You'll have transactions that will show up here on this middle panel. If you've ever used a check register in the past, it used to be something that you had with your checkbook, which nobody uses anymore. But if you had a check register in the past, this is almost like a digital check register. What account? What's the date? Who did you pay? If you want to categorize it, we're going to talk about that. If you want to add a memo, outflow, inflow, this is kind of a digital check register. This will track your transactions. And your budget's going to be where you're proactively setting, here's what I want to spend. So here's what I want to spend. Here's how it's actually going. Here's how much I have left over in this category. They do give you a template to start with, so when you first log in, this is what it will be. I'm going to go through with you how to adjust this for your personal needs, because it is helpful to do that. So, and on the right hand side, you'll have what I'm going to refer to as the inspector. So it'll show you per category total budgeted, total activity, how much is available, how much came in. As you get more data, it's going to show you how much you're underfunded for a given category, which we'll go into, how much you budgeted last month, how much you spent last month, on average how much you're budgeting, on average how much you're spending, and then you can make all the available amounts zero. I don't use these a whole lot, but basically I will use this inspector quite a bit as we're going through the budget. That's the overall. You got the month at the top. We're going to talk more about this to be budgeted bucket and some of these numbers here, but this is the general flow of what it will look like when you first log in, and as we go through, we'll go into all these sections in more detail.